Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in here. Busy slate today, starting with the Kansas City Royals versus the Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at -200. Kansas City plus 170 with the over-under at 9. Royals coming into this matchup 14-32. The White Sox 17-29. Pitching for the Royals is Jordan Lyles with an ERA of 6.79. Pitching for the White Sox is Lucas Giolito with an ERA of 3.86. Lyles, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Giolito, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Royals losing 2-0 yesterday to the White Sox. White Sox 3-1 in their last 4. Playing pretty decent baseball right now. The Royals 1-5 on the road against the White Sox. 3-9 on the road. Not a good road team at all here. And yeah, Lyles has not been good on the mound. He's given up 17, 18 runs in his last 3 starts here. And yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the White Sox at home. Next matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at -130. Baltimore plus 120 with the over-under at 9.5. Baltimore coming into this matchup 29-16. Toronto 25-20. Pitching for Baltimore is Grayson Rodriguez with an ERA of 6.57. Pitching for Toronto is Alek Manoah with an ERA of 5.40. Rodriguez, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 8 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Manoah, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Yeah, Rodriguez has not been good on the mound. He's given up 16 runs in his last 3 starts. Baltimore coming off a Toronto win yesterday. Yeah, I know Toronto, they've struggled their last few games, 1-4 in their last 5. But I really just don't like Rodriguez on the mound for Baltimore. I think I'm going to roll with the Blue Jays at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates opening up as home favorites at -130. Arizona plus 120 with the over-under at 8.5. Arizona coming into this matchup 25-20. The Pirates 24-20. Pitching for Arizona is Brandon Pfaadt with an ERA of 8.59. Pitching for the Pirates is Mitch Keller with an ERA of 2.38. Pfaadt, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Keller, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 13 strikeouts. Coming off back-to-back 0-run games, he's been playing very well on the mound. Arizona coming off a bad 13-3 loss against Pitt yesterday. Pitt on a 2-game winning streak. They're 5-2 at home against Arizona. And yeah, I really love Mitch Keller on the mound today. And I'm going to roll with the Pirates at home. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at -170. The Cubs plus 140 with the over-under at 9. Cubs coming into this matchup 20-24. The Phillies also 20-24. Pitching for the Cubs is Jamison Tylon with an ERA of 6.29. Pitching for the Phillies is Aaron Nola with an ERA of 4.53. Tylon, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 1 strikeout. Nola, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 4 runs and had 4 strikeouts. Cubs beating the Phillies 10-1 yesterday. It was a pretty dominating performance from the Cubs. Phillies on a 5-game losing streak here. Both teams still struggling pretty bad. But the Cubs 7-0 against Philly, 4-1 on the road against the Phillies here. And I think I would take a shot with the Cubs plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at -190. Colorado +160 with the over-under at 8.5. Rockies coming into this matchup 19-26. The Rangers 27-17. Pitching for the Rockies is Kyle Freeland with an ERA of 3.16. Pitching for the Rangers is John Gray with an ERA of 3.15. Freeland, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Gray, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Rangers winning 7-2 yesterday against Colorado. Nice win for the Rangers. I mean, not much of a pitching advantage. Both pitchers pitching very well here. Freeland's been good on the mound, so has Gray. But I like the Rangers at home here, and I'm going to stick with Texas in this one. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Tigers versus the Washington Nationals. Washington opening up as home favorites at -115. Detroit -105 with the over-under at 9.5. Detroit coming into this matchup 20-22. The Nationals 18-27. Pitching for the Tigers is Alex Faedo with an ERA of 4.22. Pitching for the Nationals is Patrick Corbin with an ERA of 4.65. Faedo, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Corbin, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 1 strikeout. Detroit beating Washington 8-6 yesterday. Washington on a 4-game losing streak right now. Detroit is 13-7 against Washington here. I'd say a pretty even pitching matchup, and I think I'll take a shot with Detroit +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Miami Marlins versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at -175. Miami +145 with the over-under at 7.5. Miami coming into this matchup 23-22. The Giants 21-23. Pitching for the Marlins is Braxton Garrett with an ERA of 5.40. Pitching for the Giants is Logan Webb with an ERA of 3.66. Garrett, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Webb, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Miami coming off a Giants loss yesterday, 4-3, and the Giants playing well on a 4-game winning streak right now. That ended Miami's their 4-game win streak with that loss. And Giants 5-1 at home, playing good home baseball here. Webb very good on the mound, back-to-back 1-run games here, and I think I'm going to lean with the Giants at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Guardians versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at -150. Cleveland +130 with the over-under at 8. Cleveland coming into this matchup 20-24. The Mets 23-23. Pitching for the Guardians is Tanner Beebe with an ERA of 3.22. Pitching for the Mets is Max Scherzer with an ERA of 4.88. Beebe, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Scherzer, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Cleveland losing to the Mets yesterday, 9-10. High scoring game. Mets on a 3-game winning streak right now. Finally got, starting to get things moving again. Cleveland 0-5 against the Mets right now. 0-5 on the road against the Mets here. And we got Scherzer finally coming off a good game, coming off a 1-run game here. And I like the little run the Mets are on. Starting to play better baseball here. And I'm going to roll with the Mets at home. All right, next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at -200. Milwaukee +170 with the over-under at 8. Brewers coming into this matchup 24-20. Rays 33-13. Pitching for the Brewers is Eric Lauer with an ERA of 4.54. Pitching for the Rays is Zach Eflin with an ERA of 3.38. Lauer, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Eflin, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Milwaukee on a 2-game losing streak, losing to Tampa Bay 1-0 yesterday. Great game for Tampa Bay, pretty much shutting out the Brewers. Big win for the Rays yesterday. Milwaukee 2-8 on the road. Not a very good road team right now. Tampa Bay 6-1 at home, where they have been playing very well. Eflin coming off a couple rough games, a couple 4-run games here, but I still like the Rays, and I'm gonna roll with Tampa Bay at home. Next matchup, we've got the New York Yankees versus Cincinnati Reds. Yankees opening up as road favorites at -160. The Reds +135 with the over/under at 10.5. Yankees coming into this matchup 27-20. The Reds 19-25. Pitching for the Reds is Luke Weaver with an ERA of 6.26. Currently don't know who's pitching for the Yankees. Couldn't find that info as of the time of me recording. So just be sure to check that whenever that does get released here. Yankees on a 2-game winning streak, 4-1 in their last 5, beating Cincinnati 6-2 in their last game. Reds on a 2-game losing streak. Yankees 5-2 on the road against Cincinnati, 8-3 straight up against Cincinnati, and we'll see who ends up pitching for the Yankees, but I still like the Yankees on the road. Not in love with the Reds, and Luke Weaver really hasn't been that good on the mound. So I'll also take a shot with the Yankees on the road. Next matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as big home favorites at -300. Oakland +250 with the over/under at 8.5. Oakland coming into this matchup 10-36. Houston 25-19. Pitching for Oakland is J.P. Sears with an ERA of 5.27. Pitching for the Astros is Hunter Brown with an ERA of 3.43. Sears, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Brown, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Oakland on a 2-game losing streak. They're 2-8 in their last 10, losing to Houston 5-1 yesterday. Houston playing great right now. They're on a 5-game winning streak, 8-2 in their last 10. Oakland 1-7 on the road against Houston, and yeah, I think I'm gonna roll with the Astros at home. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at -110 with the over/under at 9.5. Dodgers coming into this matchup 29-17. The Cardinals 19-27. Pitching for the Dodgers is Noah Syndergaard with an ERA of 5.94. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas with an ERA of 4.91. Syndergaard, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Mikolas, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 0 strikeouts. Dodgers beating St. Louis 5-0 yesterday. A nice bounce back win after that bad loss before. LA 6-1 against St. Louis, 5-2 on the road in a pick'em scenario. I think I'm gonna roll with the Dodgers on the road here. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -150. Seattle +120 with the over/under at 9. Seattle coming into this matchup 21-23. The Braves 28-16. Pitching for Seattle is Logan Gilbert with an ERA of 3.91. Pitching for the Braves is Jesse Chavez with an ERA of 2.50. Gilbert, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Chavez, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 2 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Seattle on a 3-game losing streak right now, losing to the Braves 6-2 yesterday. Braves on a little 2-game winning streak here. Yeah, not in love with what I saw yesterday from Seattle. Pretty even pitching matchup, but I think I'm going to lean with the home team here, and I'm going to roll with the Braves at home. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Twins versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at -120. Minnesota +110 with the over-under at 8.5. Twins coming into this matchup 24-21. The Angels 24-22. Pitching for the Twins is Louis Varland with an ERA at 4.30. Pitching for the Angels is Patrick Sandoval with an ERA of 3.22. Varland, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Sandoval, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Minnesota on a 2-game losing streak right now, losing to the Angels 5-4 yesterday in a tight one. Minnesota is just 1-5 against LA, 2-5 on the road against the Angels, where they have struggled. A pretty even pitching matchup, but it was such a close game yesterday. I think I'd still take a shot with Twins +1.5 on the road. In the last matchup, we got the Boston Red Sox versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -125. Boston +115 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for Boston is Chris Sale with an ERA of 5.40. Pitching for the Padres is Joe Musgrove with an ERA of 6.63. Sale, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 run, had 9 strikeouts. Musgrove, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Boston on a 3-game winning streak, beating the Padres 6-1 yesterday. Big win for Boston. And the Padres, they're just, man, they are not playing good. 2-8 in their last 10 on a 3-game losing streak. Boston's 5-1 on the road against the Padres here. Sale's been the better pitcher. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Boston +1.5 on the road. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.